Kenyan filmmakers, let's talk about investors and the reason why we do need investors. We need investors to make films. We need money to make films. This money is there. This money is in this country. This money is in East Africa. But there is a challenge. The challenge is, as filmmakers, we don't know what the investors want. And the investors don't know what we are doing in the film industry. So, yes, they see a few movies come out. Maybe they, out of their own initiative, they go out and watch some movies. But we need to talk to our investors. Now, the challenge again is, do we know how to talk to investors? When you're pitching your movie, what exactly are you pitching? Is it about the story, about the cameras that you're going to use? Some even go and talk about how the industry is not doing well, so come help us. That's why we need you. And that doesn't work, and it shall not work. The investor conversation is a purely business conversation. It's a conversation about numbers. The important numbers to look at here is audience numbers, your budgets, potential returns, and for how long can this film be able to make money after the first run, maybe the first cinema run or streaming run, whatever it is for how long will this movie continue making money? Those were some of the discussions that would interest the investor. Then we need to make the investor understand. We need to teach them how we do our mathematics. How do we do our accounting? When you budget for a movie and you say, for example, my movie will cost 5 million. Now, the investor now will want now to dig in on what exactly are you going to do with this 5 million? And again, it's also important to also have other movies that you can be able to look at and compare that this other 5 million movie, this was the kind of budget that they handled. This is how they did their budget. These are the kind of things they bought. This was the kind of set. Because remember, our investors don't know about sets. They don't know about gaffers. They don't understand why we have to check in at 5 in the morning and people have breakfast. Why can't people have breakfast in their own homes and then come to the set? So there's some education that we need to do, because I've been talking to investors and what I've realized is there's interest, but then there's a knowledge gap that we need to fill. That is why I'm talking to you, because I can't talk to everybody. We are all talking to different people in the market. So we need to be able to be speaking the same language so that we are not going to investors to cry to them to come and save our industry. They are not interested in saving anybody. All they want to do is invest and make money. And film is business. So we need to get aligned. If you're in Kisumu, you're in Mombasa, you're in Dar es Salaam, you're in Khartoum, you're in Nairobi, it doesn't matter. The investor is the same person. They have the same needs. They will ask similar questions. That is why you need to attend trainings. That is why you need to read widely out of your normal reading. You need friends. I'm sure you have friends who are in accounting, who are auditors. Talk to them. Give them your budget. Let them look at that budget. Let them ask those difficult questions and help you to actually do a budget that makes sense to an investor. We have to get to a point as filmmakers where we allow other people into our world, because we can't do film without the finance experts. We can't do film without the marketing experts. We can't do film without lawyers. We need everybody. So within your friends, within your network, if you don't have, just ask. There would be people willing to help, to look at the numbers, to look at your pitch, for some to look at your story and see, will the story even sell? I know story is a conversation that we don't like going into, because filmmakers treat the story as their baby. But now this baby needs somebody else to look at. To look at, is the story even financially viable as a story? Is it a story that will cause people to get out of their homes and go to the cinema? Is it a story that will cause someone, when they see it on Netflix, they'll be like, I want to watch this story? It starts from there. Your story. Is it viable? Is it a story that an investor can put money behind? That's why we're having these conversations. We need to have these conversations in your groups, in your associations, in your guilds. Let's have these conversations because they are important. We need this money, but now is the time. Now we have to make those tough decisions to open our doors, to open those secret rooms so that we can let in people who are going to help us.